pure food. Mr. Joffre, of course, was explaining how they wanted to give very pure food in their stores. And Prabhupada, he wanted us to have a farm at that time. We didn't have it yet. We didn't have New Mayapur. So Prabhupada was telling him, so we will have honey in our farm, so we can bring our honey and you can sell it. And we will have milk, so you can also sell our milk. But Mr. Joffre was saying, yeah, but the problem is that it's going to be very polluted. And Prabhupada said, no, we're not going to use pesticides, so it's going to be pure. But the gentleman said, but even if the grass is pure, the air is impure, so it will go on being polluted. Then Prabhupada said, well, that's for the reason that it's impossible to have everything perfectly pure. So that's why we are offering everything we are eating to Krishna. That's the way to have things perfectly pure. Otherwise, it's impossible in this material world to have completely pure food. Yogeshwar had tried to get some people from politics to come see Prabhupada, and one of them agreed to come. He was called Mr. Mesmin, and he was a senator. And what was very interesting is that Prabhupada, whenever he was talking, especially with Christians, but also with politicians, he always wanted to talk about not killing the cows, not killing animals. So they had a discussion, and Prabhupada was telling this gentleman that if you absolutely want to eat cows, then just wait until their natural death, and then you can eat them. And we were very surprised because it was the first time that we heard Prabhupada mentioning something like that. But he said, Prabhupada said, in that way you will always have meat to eat because there will always be cows dying and you don't have to kill them. So that was very surprising also to the gentleman, who certainly didn't put it in practice. But it was an interesting point that Prabhupada could consider, okay, if you absolutely want to eat meat, then do, but at least wait until their natural death.
I remember going on a morning walk around the Bois de Boulogne, in which there are some lakes, and I remember asking Prabhupada a question. I asked several questions, but one specific question was, Srila Prabhupada, what does it mean to be humble? And his answer was really incredible. He said, humility means that you're convinced beyond any doubt that there is nothing in this world, absolutely nothing in this world, not your money, not your family, not your fame, not your gun, not your education, nothing that will save you except the mercy of Krishna. He said, when you're convinced like this, then you're humble. And that explanation really impressed me. In other words, he was saying, when you depend completely on Krishna and no longer rely on any material thing or formula as a backup, you have no longer any backup, just the mercy of Krishna, then you'll actually be humble. So that was a wonderful explanation that he gave. And that stayed with me all these years, because that is actually the foundation of humility in Krishna consciousness. And obviously Prabhupada was an example of that. I had made friends several years before with a lady who had a circle of friends that met regularly. She had a center for esoterical and interreligious dialogue. I had